after a bit of a delay, the leaks are finally out for Black Clover. But before that, we found out that, yes, Black Clover is getting a super stage in Japan. And that's really, really awesome. Or at least it should be. Black Clover and super stages haven't gone well, at all. But I think this year should be really good for it, because we should be able to get a movie trailer, hopefully a release date for Black Clover Mobile, and maybe some other surprises. Maybe a console game if we're lucky, or more merchandise, or, something along those lines. But yeah, moving on to the chapter itself, we see that Asta goes out and he takes a little sightseeing tour to the Land of Sun. He goes out and it shows a picture of Yami, so I'm guessing he's realizing that this is definitely his homeland. And here we get a moment with the girl that was next to Ruya. She seems really angry at Asta. Apparently, according to Night, she calls him an outsider, and she's not happy to see him there, which kind of terrifies Asta a little. And then I guess Ryuya takes Asta on a tour to the Land of Sun to properly show him the land. And here we get a cool moment where we see scrolls. They're using them like grimoires, and it seems like they're summoning little phoenixes out of them, which is really cool. So I'm guessing this is their equivalent of a grimoire, which is really, really awesome. And I never really gave that much thought. I just assumed that no matter what, you use a grimoire anywhere, but I'm guessing different continents have different rules on how they use, I guess, quote, magic, because here, apparently, according to Night, they use what they call sorcery. So that's really awesome to me. And then we find a cool little moment here where Asta gets his hands on some potatoes, but then he's reminded of when he was younger in Hodge Village, when he's with Sister Lily and a younger Yuno going around exploring what I assume is the Clover Kingdom, and he just is reminded of what happened to him back in Clover with Sister Lily when she told him that she wishes that he could die. Man, that just, oof. I know I say this a lot, but Tabata is really on point with these expressions. Look at Asta here, he's just heartbroken, man. And as Ryuya continues to show him around, and suddenly a bunch of bandits just appear out of nowhere, about to cause trouble. And Ryuya doesn't even look concerned, he's like, don't worry about it. And then boom, Ichika comes out, and she's ready to take him on her own. And here we get a glimpse of her magic. She's ready to fight, and what appears to be dark magic, she summons what looks like 4 projections of herself, heading towards each bandit, and then she manages to take them down. And then suddenly we see a blade reach the ground, and it looks like it's just releasing bits of dark magic, with the dark magic's aura releasing out of Chika's whole body. And these bandits, I didn't see this panel actually, these bandits got wrecked. God damn. And then this moment right here, she gets a hold of Asta, grabs his face, and she says, "Don't approach me so casually, you stranger." Yeah, she's definitely Yami's sister. This is exactly what Yami did when he first met Asta, back when he was trying to take the exams. And it's even funnier because right after it's revealed, oh, Ichika's Yami's younger sister. So I guess that just runs in the family. That's just hilarious to me. And then afterwards, he says, "If you want to become stronger, it's best to be trained by those 7. And after that, Ichika says, "Ryuya Dono is personally looking out for you, but I hate men like you." And Asta's freaking out. It's like, what? Captain Yami's younger sister? I mean, I think everybody's freaking out about that right now. But yeah, what's really interesting is this line right here. Those 7. So, is this their equivalent of the Clover Kingdom's captains? Because according to Night, Ryuya is essentially the Wizard King, which makes sense, he's the Shogun. So if he's the Shogun, then that means he has 7 people, who I assume goes out and does duties for the Shogun. So the fact that Yami's sister is one of them is actually really cool. So that makes one of them. I wonder who the other 6 are going to be. So that's going to be really awesome. We're going to see 6 different people train Asta. And can I just say, by the way, that it's actually pretty cool to think that Asta is going to have a mentor who apparently has no sorcery according to Night, but grew up to be the equivalent of what a Wizard King is in the Land of Sun. He's the Shogun. So that just to me shows that, Asta is another step closer to reaching his own dream of becoming the Wizard King. And another thing to realize as well is that Yami never reached the point of getting a scroll. He landed in Clover, and he got a grimoire. So I do wonder if he were to return back to the Land of Sun, would it be capable of getting a scroll? I mean, imagine that, getting a scroll and a grimoire. That would be cool. But I don't know, because if a scroll is if their version of having a grimoire, I guess there would be no point. It seems unlikely, but it's a really cool thing to think about. But another really cool thing, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, is the fact that Yami is actually the last name. So that means that Ichika's full name is Ichika Yami. So that should mean that Yami's actual name is Sukihiro Yami. And I think it was Buzzard that pointed this out, but it makes sense that as soon as he arrived in Clover, he told them that his name was Yami Sukihiro. But since in Japan, that's how they usually tend to say the last name first, Clover probably thought it was his first name, so Yami Sukihiro. But what Yami was trying to say is his name is Sukihiro Yami. So it's that's actually crazy to me. Tabata had this plan since the beginning, and none of us realized that. I guess it should have been obvious, but it wasn't. That's crazy to me, man. Wow. Oh, and apparently Knight also says that it registers in Asta's head where he is, and he asks if he can go back. But Ryu says, don't worry about the Lucius guy. He will not make a move anytime soon. Which is interesting. So we know that well, we don't know, but we can speculate that his eye is capable of seeing stuff outside of his continent. So he's likely monitoring Lucius's moves. And Lucius said Judgment Day would come in 7 days. Did he just delay it? I mean, I guess he really just wanted to get rid of Asta. Yuno's the other obstacle in his way. But with Asta gone, I wonder if that just had him, I guess, increase the number of days when he can, quote-unquote, bring upon Judgment Day. That's a lot to think about. But yeah, that'll do it for me for now. Unfortunately, there is a break for Black Clover next week, which sucks, but I'm guessing Tabata must be getting the results of the poll ready. He's probably gonna draw a nice little color page for the results. And of course, he just needs time to work on it. So, that's fine. The chapter was great. I'm really excited to see what Ryu meant when he said that Asta needs to be trained by those 7. Obviously, with Ichika being one of them, we have 6 more to see. So, it seems like Asta's going to learn a lot in this kingdom. And obviously, I think one of them is going to be about Ki, but there must be like a lot more if it's just that. And I do wonder how long he'll be here to train. And there's also the Black Bulls. We got to find out if they'll be searching for Asta within various different continents. I think it would be cool if they didn't land on the Land of Sun, they went to another continent. But I think that'd be like a lot to handle. But yeah, either way, really cool stuff. What did you guys think of the chapter? What do you guys think will happen next? And feel free to just share any of your thoughts. But yeah, that'll do it for me for now. Peace out, everyone, and take care.